Sorry. Northern meeting of Wabash County Drainage Board for Monday, March 2nd. First item on the agenda is roll call and versus four.
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, I was it. Sorry. Okay, everybody's here. Okay. I'm sorry.
Next item is minutes from the last meeting, 2/16.
Make a motion for the minutes.
Second. Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Motion passed. First one is heater looking install breaker. C. Oh, okay.
It's about 95 feet, 75 feet takes up most of it. Maybe it's closer to 120. Flag with 75 feet.
Okay, as far as the heater, we're looking right here, this is the. For the bank, we paid 25% of it. Braden's gone out taking pictures of the clearing that has been done. It's a decent job with clearing, but way not part of that. We've never done. You can see right here's the flag for the 75 feet. We would have never cleared the 75. Most we've ever cleared is like 50 feet. So you can see that, but what his question is now is he's got his bill submitted and we've gone ahead and submitted the claim in for the 25%. But now he's asking about seating. And I basically told him in all of our jobs that we do, seating is included in the job because it's your final project. He wants to know when he sees it, if we would pay for the seed. As you can see, it's way over 75 feet. So I said I would bring that to the board on what you. Why did he go so big?
It's about 120 by 800 feet.
He
Yeah.
wants that all grassed and seeded and. Okay, well.
He got a lot of cleanup to do if he's gonna get grass and seeding grown and all that.
Well,
Once he gets it going, it's pretty easy to mow. My goodness, you got gray down, lots of trees, limbs still in there, roots.
And you guys, we paid, some, like I said, 25%, which would be mostly on the bank. But now he's asking about seeding.
And most, I think that we would be responsible for the flag is.
That's the 75 feet. I'm not even sure we need to be.
I don't think we need to at all.
Yeah, part of it.
So,
I think we allowed him to clear it, and I think we agreed to,
It's a big pile of dirt now.
we agreed to.
very nice.
I'm afraid he's not going to seed up along the bank, and actually they should have been doing daily seeding, that's part of it. Yeah,
He wants it to look nice, and that's what he wants.
I think we need to do a section of it, but I'm not even sure we need to do 50% of it. But he's gonna do all the work himself and just ask for seed. I'm afraid, I wanna make sure ours gets seeded, let's put it that way. I don't want him to walk up so far and say, oh, sorry, here, this is your part, you seed it.
Our part, what, 75 feet?
75 feet is the right of way. We would not have cleared 75 feet if we were
Right.
doing it. We would have been 25 to the most 50.
That bank's gonna grow back
So you
again.
go 25 feet by, you say 200 feet?
800.
800 feet,
800.
about 120 by 800.
And we do have seating specs.
So if you had 25 feet by 800 feet, you probably need that was specific for the edge of the.
So calculate what that would be and then we
And are
pay
we
for that
collecting
portion of it.
25% of that whole portion, or are we? I mean,
That's
if
what
we
I'm
did
asking
20,
how you,
Is he taking more off along the bank?
no. You cannot take those
It's gonna,
stops out.
I'm gonna say it's gonna grow back again.
Well, I mean, he's supposed to, paint them. Put toward on them,
Right.
right, and keep them from.
Which they were doing when I was out there.
Okay.
And then we will probably be able to go through there and spray that section. So we can keep the,
Keep it down, but
and he may, if he wants it to look like a yard, he may be spraying it himself.
you got any problem there, man? Steve? Gotta be putting that one on out, right?
There is I didn't take a picture of it, but there's a tree burning hole back there.
so
So when
you might
they're-
be covering it back down.
Yeah, I think a lot of the dirt's gonna go back into the hole.
Okay. Well, this is pretty rough in here.
I know, that's what I said. It needs a root raking.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume that that's.
And he's got root raking on the burrow like he's already done.
We did a good job.
I don't care about the roots so much. We just want to be able to get a machine through there to
Right, spread.
spray it. Dip it if we need to.
So the ask is for seed.
He wanted to know, he went and got the seed, if we reimbursed him for the seed. And then he also asked if we had seed that we supplied him with, and I said, we do not have seed to supply the contractors. Or the landowners. I said, but most of our project seeding is included in the project. We make sure that that's part of it. And I said, if yours wasn't, then yeah, we need to be talking to the contractor and you're not getting a finished product.
You need to start seeding immediately. If it's gonna start raining a lot. And a good time for it.
Somebody he knows. By Warsaw.
Yeah, I would have just assumed that it was included. You already paid 25% of it.
Well, we didn't have it as an itemized. And so we should have probably asked for an itemized on the seating, but some of them don't even put that down, it's just automatically included.
But once again, it's a problem.
So you can give an estimate of, I mean, of not to
Not to
exceed.
exceed.
No,
Or guys, just back and forth.
For a good bag? Sorry.
About 40,000.
yeah, what I said that they said. Cause I haven't got that from Adam.
The one on that spec list was 40 pounds an acre. But
We got cheaper.
So how much would that cost us?
Well, I'm not going that.
Most of our contractors, like Taylor with the reconstruction on the key paver,
That's right.
it's not a lot, because it's farm fields too, but he had $500 for seeding and restoration. A lot of them put most of their money into their seeding,
Right.
not so much, but he just had $500 for his.
Who? This
Taylor, no,
Oh.
on the,
And how big of a space is that?
it's hit and miss. Yeah, because now that we're clearing out those trees, that's not going to be seeded like it was before. We're
Right.
going to farm it.
Right.
We don't know how that would work. Go buy the seed or just reimburse them and
You would reimburse him up to a certain amount if you want to do that.
yeah, I think giving the numbers a good idea. That way they don't end up charging you for some of that site prep too. It obviously needs
So
it.
could we, go look at seed, I mean, get an estimate of what,
We
how
can do,
much seed we would,
right, we could do more. I was just getting information together Friday, so I didn't have a lot of time to pull this together. I talked to Adam out at the NRCS. I wanted his specs on how they want it done because it is like a builder strip. That's what I wanted. We can pull one. We can
I would
do
say
that.
not to exceed, I would be all right with it to not exceed $300.
yeah, I mean,
And
like,
that's $150 for a good bag of seeds, and then a couple bags of seed that you bought.
it was. I used to buy it all the time,
Yeah.
and I know what I was paying back then at wholesale,
That's what I'm saying, so,
so,
Different qualities of grass too. If
Yeah.
you want a
Right.
pretty
Right.
yard, don't pay more.
right, that's what I said, not to exceed 300 would be mine, I get them a couple bags of seed.
that's the reason I was just thinking maybe we should,
That's what I make for them.
or we take a moment, because we don't have to do this right away, right? Maybe we
Well,
take
he's getting close to wanting to do this because it's spring coming.
This is
Right,
perfect
right,
timing. these
perfect
next 2
timing
weeks.
for,
Mhm.
I just wondered if we could, like, give an estimate of what 25 feet by 800 feet would, how much seed that would be. Because it's gonna be a bit of seed,
Yeah, we can figure that out.
and so that we're not undercutting it, but we're not,
I mean, he's lucky in getting anything.
right?
That's my opinion. So if it's 150 a bag, I'm just ballparking. I'm saying we get you
Couple
2
bags.
bags and the rest is on you, my good sir. And I think that would cover a 25-foot by
800.
maybe.
Huge, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like 40 pounds an acre, that's less than an acre. What's
I don't think it's 40 pounds an acre though.
Contractor's fescue is running 156 to 203 a bag, and it'll cover 1,000 square feet.
And what's 25?
25
So
times 800.
1,600.
yeah.
So the 2 bags would almost cover it.
So you'd be about $300.
$300.
That's right.
That's what I said. That's my motion.
That's just a contractor grade fescue mixed
I
blend.
don't know what, because we're gonna do what they want for builder strips at the NRCS. I do know that's what we're gonna use, and we're gonna have some fertilizer possibly in that
Second
too.
motion.
Yeah, I'll second the motion for the 300.
Been moved and seconded, not to exceed $300. All those in favor, signify by saying
Aye.
Right.
aye. Aye, motion passed.
That's a heck of a name for this.
Yeah.
Peter Wolf.
I think it's last names.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Is it up north towards Rowan?
No, it's more the Manchester area.
That's where a lot of Peters are.
Yeah, more that area. That's right.
Next, we got Michael Bright, discussion drainage plan.
I want to move that around. I want to, because that's not actually associated with the county regulated drain. So let's do Kennedy Hamilton and next.
Kennedy Hamilton enforcement permit.
Should I put that on this? This is one that Braden's been kind of working with the landowner on and talking to. The right one. That's the chicken coop. Jared Gardner, Kennedy Hamilton Drain, he wants to put a fence in along the ditch. And he's asking, he's filed an encroachment permit application. And according to, from what I understand from Brad, he wants to put it right along the edge.
Yeah, he
Does
wants
that
to,
flood there?
I don't think so. We could.
Watching reasoning for.
Okay,
He's gonna put some sheep, I think he said, out there.
he's trying to keep them away from the ditch, but we normally service the ditch from the side. But if you never have any bank erosion or anything, if you're allowing to put it that close, which I'm not sure I would, I'd want to leave a space that he can mow down along there. But if you do, then he needs to help you work with clean up anything on the side. He has to drop his fence. If he's gonna set it back, I would set it back enough that he could mow that strip along.
And one thing he put on his email, or it might be on his permit application, is he wanted to know what type of fence we prefer next to a ditch.
We don't have
I didn't, we did either, but figure out to ask.
specifications on things.
A nice one,
Really?
one that's not barbed wire.
Yeah. Like. tree
Yeah, I
door.
know about buildings,
Nice.
not filtering.
He didn't, I mean, did he have something that he wanted to put there or like?
He gave some options, I don't remember them.
Here's what he's asking.
Well, I mean, sheep, you could do, you know, squares, quiet.
Want to put a fence up, huh?
And it's just that little notation there that by Cheryl's hand, it says wooden posts, or I didn't read it all. Yeah, but you can read it if you want to, for
It says that the proposed fence that I'd like to put in would be either wood post with woven wire or high tensile. Another option that I would think that is easily removed would be metal T-post fence with poly wire fence. This fence would be used to allow sheep to graze this spring and summer. The reason I want it closer than 75 feet is so I don't have to mow it. That's the purpose of the sheet. Thanks for your consideration. The couple of pictures, that building.
Yeah, that was allowed to be done. Well, it wasn't allowed, it was just put up and not. Permission.
Well, that makes that hard to know.
Maybe sheep. The sheep in the ditch, that's for
Right.
sure. I don't
Well,
want
and
it so
that's-
close that it,
I bet he's gonna take that fence off of the side of the building if he's starting it there.
yeah, I'm not sure where he's going.
Needs
You mean like that one that
needs to be
goes-
moved back, so, and he also needs to understand. We would have to do work on this, so.
Yeah. So are you gonna give him a setback, or we're not reducing the easement at all?
Right,
Because we really can't reduce it.
Right.
All we're doing is saying you can put this fence in, but if we need on that side, you will have to remove it.
I would think you'd want to be able to get on the other side of that fence though, no, because you get weeds start coming out and
Yeah.
stuff.
The thing is, too, I want it back far enough when we spray our ditch, that he's
Right.
not gonna say you're spraying our sheep or our
Right.
pasture and causing issues
I
there.
don't like it at all. Like zero.
I think it needs to.
I would say at least 25, 30 feet back.
Because that would be a nuisance for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
And,
want
and you will get weed growing, and then you'll get little shrubs and trees and
Mhm.
start growing, and it's gonna be sprayed, and then, yeah.
Yeah, we can spray from this side, but if he gets up too close, he's gonna, I don't want to say we're spraying our sheep or.
Yeah.
things like that.
That'd be bad. That and you could
If he's gonna put a fence, it's gonna be.
make a motion that needs to be at least 30 feet back.
I'll second that.
And moved and seconded, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same, motion passed.
Does that go with Brian?
Well, type of fence, he's using it for farming, and I don't know that that's gonna be an issue, but he can always check with Brian on. because it's a farming operation.
We want the auditors transfer of name.
Okay, let's go back to Michael.
Doing that other.
And then
Right.
we're gonna go to the Garber Bechtel ditch. That's the one up, we were working with, Greg Michael. That we went ahead and did maintenance to replace the 15 versus the 18 tile through there. The ditch was, when it was accepted according to what we can find to the road. Okay, I talked to Ryan because when they hooked in at the road, this is what we got. It's a mess. We got broken down tile, it's falling down, and we don't know how much longer it's gonna be before the road starts falling in. So in talking to Ryan, we said we would take it through the road. And he would supply all the backfill.
Basically eliminating that, so we don't have a potential.
Yes, and Andy was gonna give me an estimate because he's a contractor out there already. I haven't received the estimate, but I just wanna make sure the drainage is okay. Sending it through the road with the county thing, bringing in all the backfill.
And we'll be on for that class.
And then actually the landowner on the other side will have a good connection.
But we have cut the road.
No, we cut the road.
Contractor will cut the road, we'll supply all the backfill,
Okay.
and then we'll treat them.
Put cement on, or we're gonna put,
I don't know what they're putting.
They would probably put just smooth corn plastic. Some of them will go reinforced concrete, but not for the hot.
yeah.
No, because it's packed in stone pretty good. I just wanted to make sure the drainage board was okay with that, just that if you're in agreement with it. I don't know what you really,
I'm in agreement
I'm
with
in
it, for sure.
agreement.
Yeah, me too.
Otherwise, we're gonna get a phone call.
No big phone call, we got one.
correct. Now will be Michael Bolt. This is actually a drainage application. In some ways, we talked about it the last time. These are plans that the NRCS came up with for this project. We've got the 6-inch tire coming out here, but there's also a small way coming through here, but they've already installed culvert pipe here and onto the UVs down here. This is where the manure storage buildings are gonna be. They have 6-inch perimeter drains around them. Well, no.
Okay, this is the
Then he
one.
called a lawyer.
Guess I haven't explained all that to you.
Okay.
Last week we had Rick Fisher come into the office and Michael Bryant hired him to get with us to see what we needed for a drainage plan. So then I talked to him, then they hired John Stevens to go out and do some of the legwork for the swale part, the surveying part of it. And then Mike Bodie, which is the engineer. Then I get a call from Adam out of NRCS and he goes, what is all this stuff going on with Michael Bright? What do you need? And I explained it to him and he goes, but we've already got a plan in place that's been approved and everything with the NRCS. And I said, I have not seen or heard any of that. I said, we were under the understanding from Plan Commission that Michael Bright pulled everything. Too much paperwork, didn't want it. So he said, no, that's not the case. And that's what Fisher said too. So they sent me the plans there. I said, I understand you've got your 21-inch and everything, but I need the information to come together for the watershed that comes into it and how you plan to take care of this, which would be the culvert pipe. But then I also questioned about the buildings themselves. Will you have you get a huge rain, will you have water coming in there that the pipe can handle? Then getting, especially that one building, the other building's got a huge ravine on the other side of it. I'm not as concerned with that one. But I said, do you have something that's gonna handle anything that's, you know, the pipe can't handle, the pipe gets plugged, is it gonna stand around the buildings, cause issues there? And I said, you know, it's been suggested to me that maybe there should be a swale or something around these buildings. Adam said that's a good idea. He's getting with his engineer, and they're gonna come up with that and give me all their, numbers and figures from the watershed, and look into doing a swale with their engineer. So to me, this is all being designed, engineered pretty much correctly.
Correctly, yeah.
There's always some dangers, there's always that something could happen, talking manure and everything, but they are, you know,
We're covering a lot of the bases here,
Mhm.
just looking for the plan.
and it's, you know, as far as the buildings themselves, they're very well,
It's not just like a on a piece of paper with,
yeah.
I mean, this is actual.
Yeah, those buildings, if you look at them, you could hit them with a truck and they're not gonna move.
That kind of, just wants feedback to the buildings.
They got some like steel sheeting in the
As
concrete
well.
foundation.
Mhm,
I mean, these things are gonna be built now.
mhm.
Doing a truss lateral, that design.
Yeah. I was just more concerned with any, you know, with the, like I said, the storms, the big storm events. Making sure the water isn't backed up,
Couple days or something crazy.
so, but they said that was, you know, they were gonna look into that and design
A swale.
something to go, yeah, along with that.
I mean,
So I don't.
I don't see it being a problem.
really
Guys
see
are
anything.
walking away.
I don't think you're gonna, but those plans open time, there was no.
Yeah, that's been prepared.
Right.
Sure.
Right, that wasn't-
Well, Michael, he talked to me and I said, we were just now seeing these plans, he goes, I forgot I have them. That's what should have been brought to the plan. So, yeah, I have no,
If you feel like you have everything that we need.
well, I will, I mean, I haven't received it
Right.
yet, but I know that they're working on it and they're talking. USDA, so.
Mhm.
Right.
Looks like it's, someone on the,
I was saying, that just didn't happen overnight, but those
No.
plans. You
Yeah.
got to do some topography work and.
So I guess my question is if I feel like we get what we need and the swales and things like that are taken care of and they're happy with it out there, go ahead and write off the.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do then.
Wish more people can make plans like that.
Yeah. And you guys didn't have any other questions concerning,
This ain't got like $7,000.
just under what we.
I'm gonna say, what's that?
I don't know, to keep everything,
Whatever.
yeah,
I mean, what, fix
Yeah.
it.
yeah, he's, yeah.
Who's the road count $7,000?
Well, they've been told to do that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Take like a break and hit them with.
One was brought to our attention by the plan commission. I guess they're trying to find something, this David Evans, he was in the office. But they had some issues with his property and, they started looking at him on Facebook and found out that, and I didn't print that picture. Plan commission. And they found a picture of him digging a 6-inch tile across his property and outletting it into the open vessel or bucket plate drain. So then they brought it over to us. So then they also contacted him and told him he needed to contact our office because he's outlet into the regulated drain. He's showing us pictures of what it did before he put in his 6-inch tile. See, that's it.
Where's this at?
700. Just, well, you know, the road you turn on to go to 250, which would be going down to Rimbarger's too. That little T road there. It's right there at that corner. And you know where, Teresa And Mark, I know
Yes.
that. Okay, it's the movement.
Okay.
So we're by Rift Valley.
Mhm.
area.
Yeah. So then he's showing the things that he had done with his 6-inch tile. This is where it's at the road. We actually wanted Brian to look at this too, to see if he had any issues with what was going on.
Yeah,
Water.
Then is this the one that's after he did what he did, or?
that's one of his pictures of him doing it.
Okay.
The pictures with dates are mine.
I thought he had, a one picture that showed what it looked like after he put it, we had a rain, it was after, and I think that was what he was trying to show, that it was less water after he put his pipe in, his tile.
What size you been, 6 inch?
Is that 6-inch? That's what it looks like here, doesn't it? Yeah. So I sent Braden out, because my biggest concern is when he dumps it into the open ditch is erosion. The bank erosion, and he's getting it. Because he put it back here in the back, there's where he stopped, and he's just letting it trickle down the bank. And he's starting to get erosion here. So he needs an outlet pipe, taking it out into the ditch. But
You probably haven't given the amount of depth for it to make it all the way there, have you?
I'd
he
say,
just went out there and dug it.
just put a trench and put it in the ground. It's got full.
Yeah. I mean, there's room, it appears that there's room to go out farther.
But you really should be putting an outlet pipe on it and maybe some riprap around it now because it's starting to erode the bank. He's also been brought to us from the planning commission that he's got a chicken coop right up to the edge of that side of the ditch. Well, others have their house up there.
Yeah.
You know, that's been there for years and years and years. And they have probably a chicken coop and stuff right back there too. I'm not so concerned about the chicken coop. We're never gonna probably ever work on that side of the ditch right there. Because we work on the other side because of the house and buildings, ours. But he's also asking to have his chicken coop. And he knows that if we ever need to go in there, that's gonna be removed and we have to move it.
Not overly concerned with it until that day comes.
And financially. I just didn't know how you worry about him. But he said it does help his property. And the way he's got it set up, he said if it does, if his pipe can't handle it, then it's gonna automatically still come off the road with that culvert and go across his property.
You would. Just a picture of the culvert in there.
Yeah, they felt that. So that's why we said we wanted Ryan to look at that and make sure there's no blockage of the culvert. And he's okay with it.
It looks like they put like a 2x6 in the culvert and concreted it. I don't know I don't know where his tile inlet is, if it's in the culvert too or not. But it's,
I doubt it. I think it's just right up to it and then. I think. But it's that part of it's more of the road issue by the road. Where do you want to put it?
Both of them. Hey, you go right into this. Yeah, financial needs. You will.
You should have an.
Yeah.
But now with the erosion that they have, there should be some. Stopped and stuff. I don't know. I don't want any more erosion than we already have.
Agree.
So,
I mean, you think you just stop because now it's back here, so
it's daylighted.
Right.
That's why,
right.
you know, it's like, there it is, it's daylight, it's going into the ditch.
might have been out of pipe.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, so it may not be that. I mean, like, well, it's close enough. It's down the weed, not in my yard.
He did have some concrete pieces laying around it. Brayden did move a couple because they kind of locked off. I guess, is the board giving him permission to outlet as long as he gets an pipe on it? Or, and the chicken coop, as long as he knows he has to remove it?
Maybe, leave all the pipe on it, and then under the suction equipment, have to be in that coops, and
Yeah,
be moved or gone.
okay. Now, there's transfer from. The one when paying back after collection, you're paying back the money. I agree with that one. I had some questions on this one. I don't know if you want to approve it, as long as I can figure out my questions, or whether you want to wait till next time.
I'll wait till next time on that one.
Okay,
This one, you're good with it.
I'm good with that one.
I'll make the motion. It's for 52,000. Drainage fund.
So did you make that motion? I'll second.
Been moved and seconded, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same, motion passed.
This one's repaying 1158.
Yeah, I'd say just bring it to the next one. After you figure out.
Okay.
Ditch closed.
Cool.
I like it when it's that empty.
Well, this is your drainage.
Yeah, I know, I don't like
Pick up.
that one. I don't like this one. One in it.
Those are starting to pick up.
Everybody wants to put pools in now.
Well, these are, most of them are ones that they caught with the assessment. But they're doing another quarter of reassessment again.
Ditch claim for, from, reconstruction to 52.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same, motion passed.
Next. Yeah, so it's, we'll.
Sulfur dome.
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, we've signed our classes that we've.
Road school, rating's going on Wednesday.
Only good for them for sure.
Well, there's a lot of it anymore that's not geared to surveyors like it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be a big thing for us, and we've switched,
Section of it in there now, don't they, though?
pardon?
They have a agenda for surveyors in there, don't they?
I did not see one.
I've got the agenda.
I was saying, well, it used to.
They
have at
used
the
to,
top.
you are right,
They used to have for,
because
Commissioner,
we had affiliate meeting
yeah,
then. And, they kind of pushed it away from us, so we do ours in July now.
Cool.
Used to be a pool.
Before or after, I don't know.
Well, and we add that notation on in-ground pools. Well,
No,
it's nothing.
that's crazy.
Yeah, there was a couple things
They only
that
have
he,
that one assigned to, for updating, nothing.
Really? Nothing for METC?
it wasn't anything when I looked at the agenda. There was a couple things he wanted to go to, so he's going Wednesday.
And they had talked about this before. Like, how do we improve some of the stuff at race? Get other departments involved in it.
It was a huge thing when I first came in here.
So when we went up with the state board of council one time when they were talking about, the restricted fund that first started, and I had to spend, and then people started asking questions and examples, like, what's going on? They stopped. They had no idea how to answer the questions. There's 4 of them from the state board of council, they're like, we'll have to get back to you on this. I'm like,
Mhm.
you guys made this room.
Mhm.
And everybody in here just pretty much toasted you guys. You're sitting there
We
going,
get that.
we have no answer for it.
It's crazy.
Don't go like an official.
He gets a free meal.
Yeah,
Are you going out with, DZL? DLC?
DLC.
I was gonna say, what's this?
I always say it wrong. That's a good deal.
There's so many good, going to McGraw Steakhouse is awesome.
They have invitations, I'm just not sure which ones I would accept.
I know that.
Engineering firm. Their invitation.
Together. The one I recommend, I went to last year, it's on the second time. It's up at the Purdue football stadium up top,
Mm.
in the suite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's with, she's putting the road up.
Oh, Tanisha?
Yeah,
Oh, BFS.
there you go. That's where there was last year. It was me. I mean, it was pretty football, yeah. I said, these stands look about the same as during a football game. Empty. Kind of getting there. Like IU football used to be 20 years ago. Nobody went to that game.
I didn't know they had a team until they won.
To IU.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what. I went to about 12 games when I was in college. And I didn't step foot one time inside the game. I had tickets every time, never went. Because the park never stopped outside.
Oh.
Nobody was like, hey, you gotta go to the game. But Purdue had 3 roofs back then, so they were pretty good.
Yeah.
A long time. Yeah. I'm not going to accept the privilege that's presented. They're cool and buildings. Yeah, it's like, we get this other stuff in, some of this, yeah, this will stop, right?
I'm hoping, I don't know.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same. Motion passed.
Like I said, our formal rules was written, so not to have this, but then the other one that's good through
Now we have.
and I have it.
Any other business?
Mhm.
Any questions?
Yep, that's during.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
I just need signature that we back to the 20th of June.